Hey, Katie, can you hear me? It looks like you're still connecting. Hey, guys. Hi, Wolfie. Hey, Exec Deck and Snow. It looks like Katie's still trying to connect. Hey, ASG. I'm going to send you a mic. Let's see if we can get you connected. Katie, if you can hear me, go out of the space and come. Oh, wait. Let's try it again first, Katie. Katie, if you can hear me, go out of the space and come back in and make sure you're on your telephone, not on your computer. But just go out of the space and come back in. Sometimes it just acts crazy. Let's try it again. Hey, ASG.
Hello.
How you doing, pal?
All right.
Awesome. All right, Katie, go out of the space and come back in. That's the only thing I can think of right now is Katie, go out of the space and come back in. Isn't it weird how sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't? It's mind boggling, honestly.
It work now?
Yes, there you are.
Okay. Well, I tried on my computer at first and I was like, maybe that's the problem. So I moved to my phone and now it seems to be working.
Yeah, you can't be on your computer. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay.
But let me give you, before we get started, let me give you a little tour around the space. I know it's your first time. So,
Yeah.
first, let me introduce you to ASG, who will be helping me with co hosting tonight. ASG, please meet Katie.
Hello.
Hello.
And I'm going to go through the space. So down at the bottom left, of course, that's where you turn your mic on and off. And if you could turn it off when you're not speaking, it really helps with feedback.
Okay.
And if you're talking the whole time, that's fine. Leave it on. Then over to the right of that is a little magical wand, and those are our sound effect board. And we try to stay away from those for obvious reasons when we're trying to do a interview, right? Okay, then to the right of that is a little emoji that has like two little people. And if you click on that, it tells you the roles that are taking place for people in the space, who the host is, guests, speakers, whatever. Then to the right of that is your emojis that people will put up in the space as we're talking to give their approval, because of course we're not going to not approve people. And it's just a fun way to communicate in the space. Then over to the right of that is a little pair of scissors. Somebody can take a clip of what we're doing. And of course, the space is recorded, so they can always find it on my YouTube channel if they wish. Over to the right of that is a little speech bubble. And when people want to make comments or ask questions, sometimes they don't want to come up and speak. They'll just put it in that little thought bubble, and it'll actually turn purple. So some people call it the purple pill because it does start to look like a little pill. So anyway, there's your little tour. Up at the top right is where you exit. Of course, if you hit that accidentally, like we all do, just go out and come back in and no harm done. So do you have any questions, Katie?
I think I got it. I laugh at myself. I'm so not tech savvy. Like I try to be on Twitch and I don't even understand how to send emojis on there. I'm slow, but I think I got it so far. So hopefully I can manage.
No worries. And it's pretty simple. And I hear you. I am horrible on IG. Everybody's like, you got to go on IG. I'm like, dude, I have no clue how it works. I have an IG just so I can go look at my grandbaby's pictures. So there you go.
Yeah.
And, let me make a couple of announcements, Katie, and then we're going to hit the ground running. Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you. First, I want to welcome everyone to my space, and I appreciate ASG agreeing to be a co-host this evening, and I'm sure Isaac will be here later, and other folks will come in and out as we go. Many thanks to my sponsor, Elevator Results. If you need a tailor-made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. Again, all the recordings of my past spaces and interviews are my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please subscribe. It's free of charge. The poker t-shirt quilt is going well. We should probably be opening the donation link to uh, the raffle for that one of a kind quilt probably April 1st, I think, or maybe a week after that. So as soon as we get that figured out, of course, I'll be posting it a million times. So no worries. We have lots of signatures and more to get for sure. Now, on to my great guest this evening. My guest tonight is a self-proclaimed fashionista who started in the poker world as a writer for several publications, which led to her starting a successful poker agency. My guest, Katie Lindsay, is a WSOP Online ring winner and is credited with being the first woman to capture a title on the Moneymaker Tour by winning the main event in Aruba for just over 102,000. Currently, Miss Lindsay is an ACR pro. Katie has over $1 million in total live earnings listed on the Hendon Mob, with her best live cash over 114,000 for her eighth place finish in the 2025 WSOP mini main event, which was a $1,000 buy-in. Oh, and let's not overlook her over $2 million on online winnings. Online winnings. So, she's a little shabby poker player, but I'm glad she's ours. So, welcome, Katie, to my space.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for that introduction.
Well, you are most welcome. And just a little backstory. And I'm going to post the pictures in the purple pill as soon as I get a minute. But I met Katie for the first time playing the ladies event in 2019. Do you remember?
I don't, but
Okay.
that's to say, sometimes during the ladies, we have some cocktails, so I'm going to blame it
Right.
on that.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to post the pictures here in a minute. But when I got into day two, I looked it up because I thought it was like 11,500, but I actually had 18,500 in chips going into day two, which was like from the bottom of the, chip stack sizes. I was like 10th from the bottom. And so, of course, I'm excited I make it into day two. And I sit down at my table, and I don't know, minute or two later, here comes Katie with her 15 racks of chips and sits right to my left with like 300,000 in chips. And I have a picture of her wall of chips. It was hilarious because when I saw it, I was like, of course, I have one of the chip leaders to my left.
That's
Oh,
funny. And I hate when they actually color up chips. I love building walls. I'm like, give me all the
yes.
chips. It's more fun.
Yes. Matt Savage, quit taking our chip walls down, buddy. We have him to thank, of course, and I never let him forget it. How'd you get started in poker?
So I grew up playing games. I played like cribbage with my grandparents growing up, played gin with my dad, played spades in college. And then right as I was about to graduate college, I was watching ESPN and saw so many people, Chris Moneymaker, playing No Limit Hold'em, which I'd never played. I'd played like seven card stud and some other variations, but Texas Hold'em wasn't really, it was just kind of becoming popular that year he won. So, I mean, I watched that stream and here's this guy, he's not a pro. And then, you have Farha, who really looks like a movie character, and Chris's dad on the rail. And I mean, it was just like a movie playing out in a sense. It just sucked me right in. I was so like, just really enthralled by all of it. I was like, I want to learn about this game. I think all this is so interesting. So I just kind of went full force in and like kind of read some poker books and started going to play like, they used to have at that time I was living in Atlanta. I lived there for 1 year after I graduated college. And I remember they had like a bar league where you could just go and play. And so I was like, all right, let me go try to play in person. And I think I got like second the first time I played. I was like, okay, I'm good at this. You know, what you always
I
think your
love it.
beginner's luck. Yeah.
Oh my God, what side of Atlanta did you play bar league in?
In Buckhead, they used to
Oh
have it
my
at,
God.
I can't
I
even remember,
know.
it was the name of it, but yeah, it was many years ago.
Well, just so you know, that's where I'm from. So I probably could think about it for a minute and name some of them, but we're not going to get into that. How do you improve your game nowadays?
I honestly think two big things. I think watching really good poker players play and trying to learn and pick up new things. And a big note I will say on that is don't obviously try to do exactly what other people are doing. You have to understand why they're doing it and maybe try to learn from that. And I think that that's a big part of it. Obviously, watching. There's so many streams where we are able to watch. There's cards up where people, good players, maybe they are on Twitch streaming. There's so many options from that side of it. And then also, I think a big thing is I like have been fortunate to have had some really great poker players in my life. One, obviously, my ex-husband's, I think, one of the best in the world. And we talked so many hands, like literally that was pillow talk, actually. It was poker hands
Right.
discussions. And I really think that's what improved me so much as a poker player. It's just like talking out scenarios. Like, what do you think of this hand? I would write down any hand I'd play, all the details to be able to go back and be like, what do you think of this spot? And it's kind of funny. Chris and I've since split up, but still great friends. And actually, even recently I had a final table on ACR and they do a great thing where it's final table replay where you can watch, 30 minutes after the final table starts, you can watch all cards up. So Chris went back actually and watched for me one of my tournaments I played. And let me tell you, maybe, 5, 7 years ago, he would have a problem with 30 hands I played. And now he was like, this one hand, I think maybe you could have done this differently. And this other hand, just this. And I was like, man, he watched the whole final table and only didn't like two hands. I will take that. My
Yes.
my game's improving if he only complains of two hands. So
It
yeah,
must
just
be rough having Chris Mormon, just check out your final table hands.
I'm very lucky. But I say that to, a lot of my friends. I was talking, even with Bet on Drew, he's on ACR with me as well. And he was saying, oh, I feel like I'm struggling lately. And I just said, anyone whose game you respect, ask them if you can send some hand histories. Like ask if you can write some hands down. I mean, that kind of stuff I think really helped me a lot is just talking poker with people that were better than me so then I can start seeing my leaks and and then being cognizant of the things people teach you. You have to remember it. You have to be able to use it and take it forward and implement, the things that they teach you.
100%. And I want to say a couple of announcements as we're chatting. First, for those that are tuning in because they know somebody just hit my door. I mean, the lady just banged my car. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm in the Chick-fil-A parking lot doing this space. But I don't know why she's yelling at me. She hit my car and she's yelling at me. Unbelievable. People are crazy. Anyway, back to the show. For those that are tuning in, I wanted to let everybody know that Fats was in a space last night and did not sound very good. And some people would say that he was saying his goodbyes to everybody. So, I sent him a message to tune in tonight after we're done interviewing Lindsay. We're going to just go into telling stories about Fats that we appreciate or loved or, something that got upset or whatever. So for those that are listening, that's going to be when we're done, interviewing this lovely guest, Katie, and we'll get to it for sure. And definitely continue to send prayers to him, you guys. So, all right. Sorry about that, Katie. Several interruptions, especially the lady yelling at me in the parking lot for her hitting my car with her car door. Tell us, do you have a pre-tournament ritual?
I mean, I kind of have a life daily ritual, I would say. I started a couple years ago with some things that I started doing, and I did it for 4 months and felt it helped me a lot. And then I would say I kind of stopped and noticed just like, I mean, saying mental health decline feels aggressive, but I noticed maybe I was just not as happy, or I just noticed something was off with me. And I thought, well, what's changed? And I was like, I stopped doing this routine I was doing every day. So I picked it back up, and now let's see. I can look at my,
Um,
yeah, I'm on day 948 of doing it again, of picking it back up, which is I wake up in the morning, I have hot water with lemon, I don't look at my phone, I wait, see some fresh air before I'll pick up my phone. um, I used to do 20 minutes cardio. Now I'm doing 40 minutes every day, 20 minutes in the morning, and then later I'll go for a 20-minute walk outside. I stretch for 10 minutes every day, meditate 5 minutes minimal every day, and I study Spanish for 10 minutes every day. And this is my ritual. I just kind of started, and I feel for me, it just helps keep me in line. It helps keep me centered. It helps me keep me accountable. And obviously, not every day I'm perfect. Some days maybe I do not feel like walking for 40 minutes, and maybe I make up for it another day. But I always make sure to get in at some point and check off my tasks and get them done. And to me, that's a really great way that I can stay sane and be prepared to play and have a clear head and go in and, just kind of be the best human I can be.
You sure?
oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Tell me, how many games do you play when you're online? How many screens?
Sorry.
Hello? Can you guys hear
Can you
me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
Thumbs up in the audience if you can hear us. Thumbs up, please. Just checking.
Yeah, there
Thumbs
was just
up.
a long pause.
Okay, no problem. It would help if I turned my microphone on, right? Appreciate you, ASG. Like how many screen? Like I don't play online because I love the social end of poker. And when I've tried to play online, honestly, I just want to slip my own throat. I just can't take it. I'm bored. I want to go outside. I want to touch the grass. So, how many screens do you play when you play online? How many games?
I would say it depends. Obviously Sundays are big days on ACR, so I will have a lot of tables. Um, where I start to I don't think I can be playing at max capacity. I would say 8 tables, give or take, is probably, I think when I get more than that, I just don't think I can give enough focus. But, you know, maybe my best, where I'm giving best energy, 4 to 6. And then sometimes you just kind of have to have more tables because there's just so many great events going. But I'm also kind of crazy. Like when I play live, I almost get bored that I have my phone and I'm doing a Spanish lesson, and then I'm chatting at the table, and then I'm side betting with someone. Like I perform better when I have 10 different things going on at one time.
Well, that's how I was. I was like watching TV. I'm writing a letter to somebody. I'm emailing this person. I am playing the game online. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Did I miss my turn? No, it's not my turn yet. I mean, it is so, I just can't do it. It's just not for me. I love to just tinker in it. I'm trying different sites just so that when people are talking to me about that site, I know something about that site. I have some knowledge base. And I'm happy to say ACR is probably the longest one I've played on thus far. And it's just probably because all my friends are on it. But tell us, do you have any poker goals?
I mean, I feel probably like anyone, I'd love to win a bracelet, right? A ring was a big goal for a while. I
Right.
finally won that. Was very proud of that. I also love trophies. I love things. I am a collector of things. I actually, funny enough, just made a little fashion reel where it was like some people collect art, some people collect stamps. I collect clothes. Like I
She
love things.
does.
So
She absolutely does.
yes. So I want more trophies. That is
Love
a
that.
big thing for sure that motivates me. And I would like to start with a bracelet because I like jewelry. So I think I need a bracelet to go with my ring.
I agree. Now, there are some pretty awesome trophies out in the poker world. And for me, it's one of those hard rock guitars. Is there any trophy out there besides a bracelet that you're like, yeah, I really would like to have one of those?
I mean, definitely the Hard Rock guitar is really cool. I won one of the win trophies, which is the shape of
Nice.
the win. I
Yep.
had a goal for that. That was a cool one. But what I really want is when they have the 10K at win, it's like a bronze shining. I want that one, which that obviously winning the 10K there would come with a lot of money. So
I love
I'd
it.
say I want. Yeah, I want my blingy win trophy to go with my plain win trophy. That would
I
be
hear
cool.
you. I hear you. Okay, for those that are listening, in order to be in the running for one of the $55 tickets that Katie has graciously said she's going to give away today, you need to retweet out this space. And that's going to get you into the running for one of those tickets. So you got to retweet to space, folks, if you're interested in getting one of those $55 ACR tickets. And thank you for doing that for us today, Katie.
I mean, I have to thank ACR, honestly. They are the most generous site I've ever seen. They're incredible. They are always giving back to the players. I've been in poker a really long time. I've seen a lot of poker sites come and go. I've never seen anything like the way that this company gives back. And it's so genuine. They really are like Phil, he's the CEO. He is a poker fan. He is a poker player. He loves it, just as much as everyone else. And truly, I mean, he wants everyone to be involved and get in. And yeah, it's just cool that we have this opportunity to give people that maybe wouldn't get to play a 109 a chance to play, or play a $55 a chance. So I love that kind of
Absolutely.
stuff.
And I know you became a poker pro, a ACR pro, excuse me, in 2021. What's your favorite thing about being an ACR pro?
Well, I mean, obviously, a big part is what getting to be a part of how much being able to give back.
Right.
I will say that one of the probably my favorite part is that it pushed me so far outside of my comfort zone, which has been really incredible in myself to see growth. I was only playing poker before because I liked competition. I liked games. I liked strategy. I wasn't playing for accolades or attention or any of that. But it kind of happened because I did dress up at the table, and that was just genuine me being me. I love fashion. I love 6-inch heels. I love dressing up. I'm not comfortable in a hoodie and sneakers. I'm comfortable in a little girly frilly dress. So
And don't forget
back
the
in the
flowers in the hair or the
and flowers,
crown or
yes, big headbands.
yes, headdresses. I mean, Katie wears
Yes.
them all, and I love it. I love it. If you,
More is more.
yeah,
More is more.
yeah. If you've never seen her sitting at a poker table, you just need to go look at the images. There's plenty of them out there. She is definitely a fashionista and likes to make a statement when she plays poker, and I'm here for it, Katie.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I love the spirit of it. And a good friend of mine, JJ Lou, is another one that likes to dress up
Yeah,
and wear hats to the
she's great.
table. And I love that. Oh my God, we got a backing up beeper. I love this parking lot right now. Uh,
Yeah, and I really honestly, before I signed with ACR, when I would get asked to do interviews, I would say no because I just didn't I just wasn't interested in that attention. I was just there to play poker. And that was something with joining ACR. It did push me outside my comfort zone. And I did have to start doing interviews, get comfortable in front of the camera. And it's been so just really rewarding actually within myself to see my own growth, because even though
sure.
people don't usually believe it because I'm very outgoing, I'm actually very camera shy. And so yeah, just to see myself growing in that capacity, it's been really special and rewarding.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, the camera loves you and you love the camera, whether you realize it or not. I do a lot of photography, and your shyness actually comes out and is a big compliment to you on the camera. And honestly, just keep doing you. Just keep
Thank
doing
you.
you. Don't ever change who you are.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm going to talk to you about um, recently. This has been a topic for the last 2 months in my life. I've did a interview with Maurice Hawkins in January. And for about 7 weeks after that interview, I was still getting DMs and phone calls about that interview, to my surprise, quite honestly. And one of the topics that's been a common thread, that people even DM'd me and asked me to ask him during the interview, which I did, um, was, do you think players are buying circuit rings? Have you ever heard that?
I haven't. I don't know anything
And
about
I
what that even means.
I
Like, what do you
didn't.
mean they get heads up and they're paying them to let them win or something? Is that what you mean?
Right. And I didn't either until this person DM'd me, please ask him this. And I was like, wait, this is a thing? Like, I didn't even know it was a thing. But I guess the premise is that when they get down to the final table, that a deal is made and somebody gets the ring and somebody doesn't. Well, for me, it's like, isn't deals have been made at final tables for decades. Like, I don't understand. And if the person does that mean the person selling the ring? So is that wrong? Like, what are we talking about here?
I mean, look, to me, yes, I want trophies, but I'm not giving up money for a trophy. So,
Right.
I
And
I
the
don't I don't know. I mean, I guess if he wants to give up, if he's saying to the guy, "Oh, I'll give you 5K more if you let me win this," that seems stupid to me. And if that's what he needs to do to get more rings, I mean, okay, go ahead. But I sure I sure as heck am not doing that. I
Well,
can tell
and
you
it's
that
not
much.
even just him. It just happened to be brought up to my attention, before that interview. But there have been others talking about other people doing the same thing. And I'm like, is this a thing? Because, first of all, you still have to make it to the final two. That's a big accomplishment to make it to the final two. And deals have been made for decades. So if they make this deal and one gets, somebody's going to get the ring and somebody isn't, it's inevitable. So if they make a deal to make that happen, I don't understand what the problem is. Those two people agreed and it's over. I don't know. I just wanted to,
Well, Sherry, people want to be mad about anything.
I'm
So
telling you.
that would
I
be my first statement. I mean, me personally, I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. I'm not really bothered. I try to just stay out of stuff. If I worried about what everybody
right.
was doing, I would, I wouldn't make it through.
Right.
So,
And I'm just
yeah,
trying to
if they
get
want to
some
do it,
other
yeah.
opinions because I'm confused because I don't see like the problem there. Like I just don't. Like explain it better. Like if there were 100 people left in the tournament and he paid each one of them $10,000 to give him the ring, okay, he's bought the ring. Or not necessarily him, but anybody has bought the ring. But you're at the final two and you've made a deal like that. Deals happen all the time. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox about it because it really is something that I am trying to get a perspective on, and it's difficult. I don't know why people are upset about it, but like you say, people will get upset about anything. How many times have you rebought into a live tournament? Let's not talk about online right now.
Oh gosh, actually, I mean, who really knows? But I remember one year, Kathy Liebert and I were laughing because it was the Win 1K ladies. I want to say it was last year. Her and I were walk up shaming to the rebite to the cage to like every time we were like, Kathy, what do you want? I'm on 6. What do you want? I'm on 7. And the funny thing is, I actually ended up. I think she final tabled that year, and I came like 11th or 12th or something. So I think I got my money back, but it was pretty hilarious that her and I both were just constantly, and we were like, I didn't even do anything wrong. Like, I got it in good, and they got there. We were laughing so hard. It was just almost her and I every time simultaneously walking, and then yelling across the table, Kathy, what bullet is this? So
I
I,
love
I
it.
don't know. That one was something like that. It was like 8 or something ridiculous.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you a question because we've had several discussions here in Spaces over the last year on this topic. And so, if I said to you, Katie, the world of poker is putting a new rule into place, and we want your input. We're going to limit the number of buy ins to all the tournaments in the world. How many rebuys do you think players should be allowed?
I mean, I honestly think it would be cool to have a range. Like, and now they're doing that a little bit at the World Series. Have some be a freeze out,
Right?
and then obviously the rest are unlimited. If we had to say all tournaments are capped at this, I like some of the ones that uh who does it? Like some of the WPTs, and I think they did that. I went down to Bahamas and played the WSOP. They had the 25K there. I believe it was like, no, wait, maybe that one was unlimited. So maybe that wasn't a good example. But I know at some of the WPTs, you can enter only rebuy once a day.
Right.
So I think maybe something like that. If they have like 2 flights, okay, you can do 4 max. That kind of is better maybe than just letting, people come in and come do 12 bullets. So
Right.
maybe something like that. If we had to make a overall rule, like 2 max a day on a multi-flight.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for playing along. Okay, I think it's good. I want to say a couple of things. First of all, for those of you that are putting things into the chat, not one person has followed my directions. So right now, not one person has won one of the $55 tickets. I'm going to repeat the directions. You have to retweet out this space to qualify for one of those $55 ACR tickets. You have to retweet this space in order to qualify for one of those tickets, folks. And so far, nobody's done that. Okay, think about that, you guys. All right. I want to pick your brain on something. Here in Spaces, we love to learn and improve our poker game. So I hope you don't mind if I pick your brain about a hand that took you out of the Lucky Sevens event.
Oh gosh, if it's my bust out hand, I'm so mad at myself for that hand.
Okay, so you're
I already
quoted.
know what you're gonna.
You're quoted as saying that you can learn from that hand and your decision making to try to grow. So, if you could describe the hand and what you would do differently so that we can all learn with you.
Okay, well, I don't remember it exactly. Funny enough, this was something that Chris is very good at. He can tell you a hand that somebody else played 10 years ago exactly to suits. I can't do that. I know that I flopped a flush draw, and a big thing that I've evolved and I've noticed in my game is, and I was actually just talking about this with someone yesterday, is not being afraid of like sub 20 big blind stacks and thinking you're short. I used to have such mentality like I want all the chips, and if I don't have all the chips, then I just think I'm short. But you're really not. And a lot of that I have learned from watching Triton, because those tournaments play so shallow as they get deeper. And these pros aren't freaking out. Like they have five bigs and they're not like, oh, I'm done. And I mean, I was watching Bicknell recently. She had five bigs in something, and then I don't know, 20 minutes later, she had 40 bigs. It's just like, she didn't freak out. She waited for a great spot, or maybe she caught a hand, whatever. And I think that's a big mistake that I made last year, is that I just thought, oh, here we go. I have 20 bigs and I have a flush draw. We're all in. And I just didn't need to do that.
Got it.
So yeah, and again, I just feel like as the poker community, kind of like people learn, we're evolving in different things we do. Like maybe before people would just be like, up flush draw, we're going. And now I'm seeing the tides turn on that a little bit, that like maybe people aren't just, okay, I've got a flush draw, here we go, close my eyes and shove. The game keeps changing and strategy keeps evolving. And that's something to me that makes it exciting, is learning from, okay, maybe this was the thing we used to do, and now people are thinking that isn't the right thing. Maybe now we're leaning more towards this, and trying, okay, does this work? Does it not work? So yeah, I still, that one hurt me, that bust out, because I think I just didn't need to bust there, but it's okay, and again, that's how we learn. That's how we get better from our mistakes.
Well, and thank you for allowing us to learn with you. Honestly, it's good for all of us to hear it from you and others at your level, for us to learn as well. So I appreciate you sharing that, I know, tender moment in your poker world. Okay, folks, I see you in the purple pill. Okay, I could not see the retweets when I looked. I do see that there were, I think, 14 or 15. So it is working now. I just refreshed and it showed up. So I appreciate the messages for sure. So there are some retweets, and you guys are all going to go in the hat for a drawing for those tickets. So thank you very much for the update, you guys. Appreciate you keeping it straight. Okay, I'm going to ask you a personal question that I don't think I've ever asked another guest before, and I've been doing this 3 years now. But
I'm scared.
no, I'm impelled to ask, and I'm going to just tell you I do have a plan. But first, I have to ask the question: are you dating anybody?
No, I am single.
Yes. Okay. I'm just going to say I had two answers prepared. And the first one was, oh, you are? Okay, awesome. I'm changing the subject now. And the second one is, oh, you're not? Okay, hear me out. I'm going to put my matchmaker hat on for just a moment. Here in Spaces, we've had many hours of conversation with a guy that I just think is awesome. And I've actually, Karen, quit laughing at me. I actually think he reminds me of one of my sons. I've met him in person and think the world of him. And so I'm just going to ask you, have you ever met Alan Keating in person?
I don't think that I have.
Okay.
Alan Keating is the one who plays the high stakes cash games, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never met him. Kind of,
Okay.
which is weird, because I feel like I've been in poker so long, I've met almost everyone, but I've never met him.
Okay. I'm just going to tell you, I don't know if he's dating or not, but if he comes your way, you'll know I put a bug in his ear. So you're welcome, and we're gonna drop the subject now.
That's so funny. I don't even think this is what's hilarious. I'm a matchmaker. I have so many weddings, children, everything under my belt because I love love. I love seeing people happy.
Yes.
And I will go up to people and talk to anyone. And so I actually have set up so many people. I just had a poker wedding. Adam Hendricks, who's an incredible player.
Yes.
He was, yeah, the final table, the main event. I set him up with his wife. They just got married. I was at their wedding a couple months
Oh,
ago.
that's
Like,
amazing. So it's
yeah,
your turn.
yeah,
I'm
I know.
gonna
I need
tell
someone to
you.
set me up.
When you and I started talking about doing this interview, I was like, it just popped into my head. Oh my God, the two of them would be perfect. I don't even know if he's dating or not. He may be engaged for all I know. I don't think so, but I'm just saying I really don't know. But we're gonna work on that. I promise. I'm gonna work on that.
That is so funny.
Oh, Karen, quit laughing over there. I see you. If you could change one thing in the poker world, what would it be?
Wow, no one has ever asked me that question before, I don't think. Um,
Perfect.
wow, put on the spot with that one. Um, you know, one thing that I find personal, like frustration, and is that, and I hate to go this route sometimes, but I just think sometimes like women are kind of undervalued or like discredited a lot.
Right?
I mean, I posted, oh, I want to know SS, and then the guy's like, oh, what skills do you have? And I'm just thinking,
Ugh.
why are you already telling me I'm not worthy? What, solely because I'm a woman, because you don't know anything about me? Or, even I did like an interview with Table One podcast and talked about my whole career in poker and how I've been here 20 years and negotiated $1 million deals. And then obviously I feel I've proven myself enough at the poker table. I mean, I've won 4 live tournaments and, whatever, won a ring and done all these things and made all these accomplishments. And still the guys like, in the comments, like, what is this DEI interview? And it's just like, why am I not worthy? What is it? Because I'm a woman? That kind of stuff very much frustrates me. Um, so I wish that wasn't the way that it was. Obviously, as a whole, I wish there wasn't so much hate in the world. I wish people were
Right.
kinder. But yeah, that kind of stuff, it hurts me. That's one of the reasons I didn't even want to be a public person in poker, is because that kind of stuff really hurts my feelings. Like, I hate negativity. I've never once like told, wrote a mean comment to someone to try to like bring them down. And I just really, I hate that kind of stuff. So I guess that's one thing I would change. I wish people would be a little bit kinder and nicer and, maybe not judge someone just because of their gender and assume that they're bad. And yeah.
Yeah, judge me on my poker playing. You judge everyone else on their poker playing. Judge me on my poker play. And I think that's, kind of what you're saying is judge us on our poker play. Forget that I'm a woman right now. We could be respectful whether we're men or women to each other. We could be respectful. It has nothing to do with our gender. But, you know, just judge me on my poker playing like you do everybody else. Like, why?
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes it's like, you go run a massive bluff as a woman and it fails. And it's like, yep, see, women, they can't play poker. And then, like, one of the guys that's like a well known name runs a bluff, it doesn't work. And it's like, oh man, what a great bluff, though. And it's
Right.
like, come on, we can't do that. That's not fair. Give me credit for my ambition on this bluff, right?
I
Yeah.
totally agree. Totally agree. You have anything coming up that you'd like to promote to us?
Well, obviously always follow my Instagram, Kate Linds. I think I probably have it listed somewhere on my X as well. But yeah, I've been working on a lot of fun like reels and doing some fun fashion reels and tying in. Actually, one of my girlfriends, Trishelle, she was like very well known back in the day, reality star. She was on Real World and Surreal Life and all these shows, and she actually won the Traders, which is a really big show now.
Yeah, good show.
Um, yeah, very good show. So yeah, her and I've been making some fun reels together. And actually, we were just in Uruguay, and we're going on another trip to Vegas. We're going to go and play the circuit there. So I guess definitely stay tuned for some fun stuff. And listen, I respond to everybody. If you're kind and you write me, whether it's on Twitter or Instagram, I talk to everybody. If you ask advice, anything, I'm always there. So I love like being able to communicate with people and that kind of stuff. Like, Yeah, so definitely
I
say
love
hi.
that. Absolutely. And anybody that's in the space that wants to come up and ask Katie a question or give us a comment, just request the microphone button in the bottom left corner. You're more than welcome to come up and ask a question or give us a comment. And I see ASG has his hand up, so go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was just gonna follow up because you mentioned these kind of tournaments with the one buy and for fight with the WPT, and ACR kind of does that too with their big tournaments with having like a ton of day ones. So I was wondering if you thought there's really a difference between like 20 flights and 20 buy-ins for rebuys.
I mean, I'm all for just a range, right? Let's have some tournaments. Maybe you limit the amount of times you can rebuy, and maybe make some unlimited. I kind of just think give a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah, but I was just asking if you like think that there's like a real difference between a rebuy and having a like multiple flights.
Oh, okay. So versus like, okay, you can re-enter as much as you want one day, but then there's months. I mean, I don't know. Again, to me, it makes a bigger prize pool. So I'm all for, getting more money in there. Like I final tabled the Venom on ACR last year, and it was, I mean, how can you play a tournament online for a couple days for $2,000 and be able to win over $1 million? I will take that all day. It's a lot of money up top if you can get there. So the more entries is the more money in that prize pool.
Go ahead, ASG.
No, it's a nice score. I didn't realize you were that high. Okay, well, here's a follow up to that. Then, do you think people's online results should be in their Hendon mob?
I do. I mean, me personally, I feel like I've worked my butt off from playing online and the results that I have there. It was funny. I actually was saying, "Oh, I have 2 million online," and I started thinking about it, and I was like, "That ended the tracking when Pocket Fives ended." So that was even a couple years ago or something. I'm like, "Holy cow, I might be at 3 million online or something." Because yeah, my score on Venom was like 250 or so, 250,000. But I do. I'm very proud of my online accomplishments. I mean, it's a grind. I play a lot. I was saying I had a good week this week. I won an OSS. I final tabled the 600 OSS last night, but unfortunately came eighth. But yeah, I think we should promote all accomplishments, and that's something that motivates me. So last summer, I had been just under 1 million in live caches, and I so badly wanted to go over 1 million. And again, it doesn't really mean anything per se, but for me, myself, these little goals, and I just wanted to hit 1 million. And I hit that when I final tabled the mini main. Like it was cute. Like two of my friends, Asher Kniff, who's a really great poker player, and Trishelle, they're both on the rail. And I wasn't really paying attention to the payouts. And they were like, once somebody busted in ninth, they were like, "You hit 1 million." It was really cute. So yeah, I think let's celebrate and like set goals. And that was something like why Pocket Fives was really cool, because it would be like, "Oh, here's your badge for this," and here's your like things of how many times you've won and your little. I wish that would come back, honestly. But yeah, let's celebrate all the good.
Okay, and oh, that reminds me of to start the conversation. We were talking about trophies way back. Kessler always talking about this stuff. So, do you think online bracelets and rings are the same as live bracelets and rings?
The same is a weird, I'm not sure the same, but I actually am not opposed to the idea of making them separate. I think that's fine to say online bracelet or online ring. Um, but I don't know, like, if I can quantify in my head whether I think they're the same, value. They are different, of course. It's a different game in a sense. So, but I personally, I wouldn't have a problem with the distinction between the two.
Yeah, because of the whole. I guess some people got some more rings. So Kessler was talking about how Dan's rings are all quote unquote real. Anyway,
Well, bless Kessler. I mean, I love him, but that man is also someone who he likes to complain.
Just a
So,
little bit.
complain saw is definitely a nickname he earned.
Oh my God,
yes.
that's hilarious. Go ahead. Anything else, ASG?
Uh, Nothing I can think of now.
Well, I appreciate you. And while you guys were chatting, I went through and I created a list of all of those that have retweeted this space out. And if I've missed you, I want you to come up here and let me know. Because, Twitter glitches and I don't want to leave anybody out. So we have Wig, Samantha, Cat with a Rocket Launcher, Exec Deck Gizmo, Stopped Me, Mark, Lola, Barry, Cats BT, Snow, Matt G, um, I think it's Viva or Vera V's costs and Zombie. And if I have left anybody off, wait, I see somebody already left off, Ryan Costs. Because, of course, we have glitches with Twitter, and I want to make sure we have everybody on this list. And what I'm going to do, Wolfie, did you retweet out? Yes, you did. Okay, Wolfie, I got you.
Oh, and I was also going to mention it's been a crazy month for poker drama. ACR feels left out, This
Hey, hey, I'm proud of us. This is this has been really nice. Like things have been calm, no drama. It's been very lovely.
Okay, last call, people. If I didn't read your name, Zombie, I have you on there, buddy. If I didn't read your name, Karen Chess, are you on there? Karen Chess, did you retweet? Give me a thumbs up.
She allowed to win as ambassador? I don't know how these rules work.
Everybody's invited. Did we say we had rules? I don't think we said we had rules. Did we, Katie?
There's no rules.
No rules. Okay, Karen's giving me a thumbs up. Okay, you guys. So what I'm going to do, I made a list and I signed numbers to everybody. And you're going to see I'm going to put a picture of it in the jumbotron, so to speak. And you'll see everybody's got a number. But I got you, Karen. I got you on the list, hon. I got your message. Thank you. I am going to I'm going to put this in the purple pill, but Lindsay's or Katie's not going to. I've been hanging out with a Lindsay all day today. I want to call you Lindsay so bad, Katie.
It's okay. It happens all the time. And it's really funny because it's one of my biggest pet peeves when people call me Lindsay.
It is so funny because I've caught myself like 3 times. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn it. Okay, so Katie's not going to look in the purple pill because she really doesn't even know how to. So you guys
This
could,
is true.
you guys could all see the list of names with your name. I'm sitting in my car. Remember that, folks. This is, I'm on vacation. So I'm going to ask Katie to give me 5 numbers.
Okay.
And those are going to be the winners. So
Well, I already know 2 because they're 2 of my favorite numbers. How many is the numbers? What's the range I can choose between?
Between 1 and 17.
Okay.
And we're doing 5 tickets. So go ahead and give me 5 different numbers whenever you're ready.
Okay. Well, I'll first give my favorite number, which is 13.
Okay. That's Vera V's costs. I think it's VIRVIESKOSS. Put your ACR handle in the chat so you can get your first $55 ticket from us.
My second favorite number is 3. So that's definitely 1.
3 is Cat with Rocket Launcher. Put your ACR handle in the chat, please. Go ahead.
Wait, also, Sherry, do me a favor because
Yes.
I'm not sure. Will you be able to see the names or maybe are you able to see them and then tell me afterwards?
Yes, I'll get
Okay,
you
because
the
I was like,
list.
I don't trust myself to do it correctly. Yeah, if you'll give me the list,
Yep,
perfect.
I'll give you the
Okay,
list.
you know what? The next number I'm going to pick is number 1 because I always want to be number 1 when I win a trophy.
Number 1 is Wig. Put your ACR handle in the chat. Okay, that's 3. We got 2 more, folks. You know what? Let's wait.
Okay,
And
yeah.
hand those out in a few minutes. Let's do that. So
Okay.
that's 3 of them. 13, 3, and 1. So that was Vera V's costs, and that was Cat with a Rocket Launcher and Wig. Put your ACR handles in the chat, please. And we'll give out 2 more $55 tickets shortly. Until that time, Katie, do you offer coaching?
No, I never have. I mean, I actually recently talked to a couple of people that have asked me, if I would do it. Funny enough, one of the guys is Ben Mintz who works with Barstool.
Right.
He does a lot of stuff with them. he asked me if I'd be open to do it. And I said, yeah, absolutely. He's a friend. And he actually has ridden with the crew in New Orleans that I ride with for Mardi Gras. And yeah, a couple other people have asked, and I definitely would do it. I mean, I help, some friends on a friend basis. So I would be
Sure.
open to doing that as well.
Okay, so you heard it here, folks. All right,
But I warn you, you're going to have to play a lot of hands because mama is not tight.
I like it. I like it. Please explain to us. I mentioned in your introduction that you were, um, you started a successful poker agency. Can you describe to our audience what that poker agency is, please?
Sure. So way back in the day, they had all these sites and they were throwing a lot of money at poker and at players. And I just kind of saw an opportunity there, and it started as like helping someone out. Shannon Elizabeth, who's an actress, is someone I knew. She played poker, and she had got invited to play the NBC Heads Up. And back in the day, stuff like that, televised big events. It was, a very big tournament. A lot of sites would put a patch on someone and pay their buy-in. And she had said to me, "Oh, she got invited to play because I think she had done well the prior year." But she said, "Oh, my agent said there's, no sponsors available." And I was like, that's crazy. And
Wow.
I knew a lot of people at all the sites because I was a poker writer. And so I worked with a lot of the different sites, like, either people running the sites or people that were in charge of sponsorship and promoting their pros. So yeah, I knew Dole's Room at that time was like an up and coming site. So I reached out to the guy that was running it and said, "Do you want to put a patch on Shannon Elizabeth?" And they were like, "Absolutely." So I did that deal, and then another friend knew I did it, so they came to me. "Oh, I made a final table at this. Could you call up someone to see if they want to put a patch on me?" Sure. So I ended up doing like a couple of friend deals, and then I was like, "Hold on a minute." And yeah, basically another agent approached me, "Would you want to come work with me?" And I ended up in the end just starting my own agency because I had been already in the poker world, playing a little bit and writing and knew so many people. I guess I don't even know how long was I in the industry for, like 5 years or so.
Right.
And yeah, so I just started my own agency, and basically I would help people get short-term sponsorship deals. So if they were at a feature table and something like that was happening. And then I also worked and got a lot of players long-term deals. So, I did Lucky Chewy, who's an incredible player. I did his Full Tilt deal. Melanie Weisner, I did her deal for Full Tilt. I was working with Jungleman at one point. Olivia Bousquet, we were talking with Full Tilt right before Black Friday. Yeah, Adam Levy, Ruthless, big online player back in the day. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I had about 20 pro poker players, and then I had 10 celebrities that I was working with as well, doing deals for them. And, really cool, like David Zayas, who was Batista and Dexter, and that was airing at the time, a huge show. And David Allen Greer, I worked with, Marlon Wayans. And yeah, it was really cool. And just helped them and these celebrities that were getting into poker and bringing them and like getting them a patch deal and getting them in big events. And just kind of there facilitating deals also for players going deep in the main that, hey, if you want to put a patch on, the site will pay you $10,000. That's what the kind of money they were throwing around. Like day one of the main, Full Tilt would pay someone $10,000 to put a patch on.
Crazy.
So yeah, it was really crazy. Times were very different then. So yeah, I mean, I did that pretty much. It was crazy, and I was very busy. And then Black Friday happened, and overnight everything just kind of like to a halt. And then yeah, I kind of had to regroup, and I started working on another business for a bit. And then shortly after that, that's when I met Chris Mormon. And then we would talk a lot of poker, and he was one to encourage me to start playing again more full time because I had to quit playing when I was running my agency. I was so busy. I just didn't even have time to play. So
Wow. And it's funny you said that because when I was thinking about that poker agency, I was like, wow, that's really kind of been it's obsolete because nobody's doing that. Like you either are their full-time pro or you're not wearing their patch, basically, don't you think?
yeah, I mean, there's definitely not the like final table patch deals anymore. People still
Right.
call me from time to time, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to see if someone wants to put a patch on me?" I'm like, "Sure, I can ask them," but they don't really do that anymore. And it's still fun though. Someone recently called me and they were like, or they messaged me. I'd met them once at a tournament. They were like, "Hey, someone said your name. I'm thinking about partnering, with this poker company, and would you give me any advice?" And I don't mind. I was like, "Sure." And I got on the phone with them and gave them some free advice, and they were like, "Holy cow." And it was fun too. I was like, "Man, I missed this, agent work."
Right.
Cause I was like, "Do this, market yourself like this, tell them this, negotiate like this." And they were like, "Holy cow." And I was like, "Man, I'm good at this." um, but yeah, it's just not the same market that it used to
Yep.
be. I know there is one agency out there that started signing a bunch of players, and it seems like they've done really well and have got a lot of people deals. But it was really stressful too. So there's part of me like I missed that side of it, but I'm also like, whew, it was a lot. I mean, you're literally, sometimes having like $1 million deals that you're trying to negotiate and like work between different companies, different agents, different people, and it was a lot.
Back then, you could
Right.
get a deal by calling Queen into 10.
Yes, exactly. He knows the reference. Call me a queen 10, honey.
I love it. Okay, Karen, welcome. Did you have a question or comment for Katie? Karen, are you there, hon? She may be driving. She usually goes to play poker on Friday nights. Karen? Oh, that's
Hey,
okay. Go
sorry.
ahead, hon. Do you have a question or comment for Katie?
Well, I missed a little bit, so hopefully nobody asked this yet. But by the way, I'm a stormer. I know there's a million stormers, but I've never gotten to meet you. So hopefully I'll get to meet you in person this summer. I'll be in Vegas.
Oh,
But
I'd love
big
that. Please
fan.
come find me and say hi. I'll be at the ladies' event. I'll be there all
I
summer.
will. Yeah, I know there's like 50 stormers, so and I'm one of the newer ones. But so nice to hear this interview and to meet you virtually. But my question is, so you talked about how you talk over hands, and that's been the biggest way you improve. And so I'm curious if you ever use solvers or do any GTO study.
I actually don't. I'm very much a field player. I don't even use what are the things when people have all the stats on their computer? I forget what it's called.
HUDs.
HUDs. Yeah, I don't even use a HUD. I really don't. I take very some of my notes are pretty funny, but I take detailed notes. That's again, I love ACR. I color code. My colors each mean something to me. So as soon as I see a player sit down with a color, I know what that means. I'll go like I had a big spot actually on my final table, the one that I won. I had noted that the guy was 3-bet and 4-bet folding, and I had raised, and the guy 3-bet, and I 4-bet. Or excuse me, he raised, I 3-bet, he 4-bet, and I 5-bet with ace 8 off because I was like, here we go, I'm going with my note, and he snap folded, and I was like, let's go. So those things were very helpful for me, is like taking detailed notes of what a player is capable of. But no, I don't run charts. I don't do that kind of stuff. I just feel I studied like for a while, kind of like snap shove, some of the short stacks, like, okay, here's your ranges of what you should be shoving, give or take. So like I've studied those in the past and kind of have a decent, knowledge of my shorter stack range shoves. But no, I'm a field player, I'm a heart player, and I don't know if that's probably not the best way, but I think it works for me.
No, that's great. I love your answer. No, I mean, I always ask the different guests that Sherry's had on. I'm always curious because I study and try to improve. But, one time I was talking to Sean Deeb in Vegas, and he doesn't do any of that either. So you're in good company there.
Yeah.
So not everybody does the GTO route.
Yeah, and I mean, I admire very aggressive and like kind of street. I joke and say like street poker, like Bryn Kinney. That is a street poker player. Like take away any of the other stuff outside of it, his poker game. Like he's a tough poker player, and you don't know what he's capable of or where he's going to go. That kind of stuff, like street poker. That's what I joke. Like I want to be putting people in tough decisions, tough situations. They don't know what to do. That's why I really like to keep the pressure on. And I've been told, people say, I hate playing against you because you are relentless and you keep the pressure on. And I'm like, good, then I'm doing my job, especially as a woman, because they don't expect that. They don't see that coming.
Well, and I can attest to that
Yeah,
because she
totally.
was at my table on day 2 of that ladies' event. We were next to each other for about 7 hours, and there wasn't a hand that she was in that she didn't raise in. I'm just going to tell you.
I believe it.
Just going to tell you. Go ahead, Karen. Did you have any other questions or comments?
No, that's it. My bar poker league is
Good luck,
Good
starting,
babe.
but
luck.
I'm so happy. Thank you guys. I did a study session today on the ACR. I streamed that, and now I'm out playing. So it's just poker pretty much all the
Go be
time.
Awesome.
fearless and
But
take
nice
their
to meet.
money.
Good luck, girl.
Nice to meet you, Katie. And I'm still gonna be listening. I'll just be playing
Okay,
also.
hon.
But take
Thanks,
care.
Karen. Thank you so much.
Bye,
Um,
Karen.
I'm going to go into the comment section and read some of the comments because they are funny. Some of them are funny.
Okay.
And we like to, read over what people have written to us. Zombie, hi, Sherry, and thank you, Queen Lindsay, for the opportunity. Lola said, very interesting discussion, ACR forever. Um, Gimme Money said ACR is the best poker site. They do so much for the community, good for
Yeah.
poker. Mark said Katie is right. ACR is user friendly and actually adjusts to customers' requests. ACR cares and continues to improve. I'll be a
Yeah.
customer forever.
Oh,
Matt says, what it does a ticket get a person? I think we went over that. And I'm new to your spaces. Thank you for joining us, Matt. And he said, thank you for hosting. And Gimme Money said, Katie single? Question mark. Emoji with heart eyes, emoji with
oh,
heart eyes, emoji with heart eyes. Does she like cartoon dogs?
I actually hate cartoons, but I'm I literally I grew up like we watched like Dirty Dancing in
That's
General
hilarious.
Hospital in my house when I grew up. I was not a kid grown up on cartoons. So funny enough, I'm not a big Disney. I don't like Disney movies. I don't watch cartoons.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Now, Brandon, who is a longtime listener of mine and friend, he sent me a DM and he said he wants me to ask you if a hot dog is a sandwich or not.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I don't eat meat. I haven't had red meat or chicken in like 20 years. But I would like to say no. I do not believe a hot dog is a sandwich.
There you go, Brandon. You gotta love our listeners. They always coming up with some fun ones for sure.
Well, this is great. I usually get a lot of the same questions. I'm getting questions today that I've never been asked. I like it.
Well, I'm glad we can entertain you because you're entertaining us. And I just admire what you do, Katie. I'm just going to tell you like it is. Um,
Thank you.
absolutely. And I like to do a little something called rapid fire. Are you familiar?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to give you some options. You can choose one or you can pass.
Okay.
Comedic movie, horror movie, or love stories?
Comedic.
Pizza, burger, or salad?
Uh,
No burgers out now.
no, not burger. I like pizza. I don't eat it that often. I eat salads all the time. So I guess I'll say salad.
Okay. Do the dishes or do the cooking?
Do the cooking. I'm a good
Beer,
cook.
beer, wine, or champagne? Of
Champagne.
course, the champs. Uh, beach or mountains?
Oh, beach. Yeah, I'm a beach girl.
Gummy bears or Sour Patch Kids?
Sour Patch Kids.
All the way. Texting or phone calls?
I like both, actually. I'm pretty even on both.
And they kind of both have a purpose, right?
Yeah.
Like some,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just a quick text to, communicate something, and sometimes, it needs to be an hour-long phone call.
I'm probably more call because I'm a Gemini. We're communicators. I love to talk, so I'll probably lean more towards phone call unless I'm busy, and then text.
Right. Do you play much cash?
No, not really ever, honestly. Like so rare.
Okay. How about mixed games?
I know how to play almost every game, but I don't really play. And I've talked about this. I know this is rapid fire, but I'll just say quickly, like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Rapid fire is over. My
oh,
mistake,
okay.
love. Sorry.
I was like,
Sorry.
um, I really want to play more. I was talking about this a lot with people, but my thing is that first of all, I like to try to be the best, and I don't like to lose. So I worry about, I'm still so new to like a lot of these games that I don't like in Hold'em. I feel like at any point, I almost always am pretty sure about what I want to do. But
Right.
like, I'll be playing PLO, and I'm like, oh gosh, this guy's. Do I call it this hand, or is this a fold, or is this a raise, or like I hate being in those spots where I don't know what to do. So that's where I'm like, sometimes it's daunting to want to like think about playing. But one thing that's been fun is on ACR they do have the I love eight or better. They have like 5 card eight or better, like high low. I love those games. So I play those a bunch. Like PLO eight or better, and they have some stud. But we'll see. People keep trying to encourage me. You should play a mixed game this summer at the World Series. I'm like, we'll see.
Well, I hope you do. Just mix it up a little bit. It may just spark something.
Yeah, and sometimes playing the same game can get a little tedious. So I get really competitive. I love learning a new game and wanting to get really good at it. So that might be something fun. Maybe I instead of just like, playing horse, where that was the first live mixed game I ever did. I played horse and it was after I'd busted a circuit main and I was like, I had a margarita and then I was like, I'm going to go play horse. And maybe that wasn't the best decision to first play horse for the first time on tequila. And I was like, wait, sorry, what do you have down there? And it was they were all laughing at me. We had a good time, but so maybe I'll start with just a singular game. Like maybe I'll just play Raz, or I love low games. So maybe that'll be my first game. I'll just go play Raz where I only have to focus on one game strategy.
I love it. And I know you've been around. I know you've been to several different places in the world to play poker.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry. Hold on.
That's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Rio, stop. I'm going to mute 1 second.
That's okay. We've all been there. I'll tell you who would laugh at that is Isaac, because his little 2-pound dogs always yap, and he's always trying to be tough guy with them, and they're just little bitty dogs. It's so funny.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm really glad I actually answered the door. That was my wine club being delivered.
Yes.
And I had to sign for it. So that was a good doorbell ring.
Hell yeah. Okay. I know you've been like to several different, places in the world to play poker. What's your favorite place outside of the US to play poker?
I mean, I have to say probably Barcelona. I love that city. It's just a really fun stop, the EPT Barcelona. I've gone several times. I think that's up there. If I'm thinking off the top of my head, is one that I really enjoy. I mean, obviously, I love Aruba too. That's where I won the
Right.
Moneymaker Tour, and I
Right.
love being on the water and the beaches. And that's always like I would go swim in the ocean, in the morning before playing. That's just so peaceful, such a nice thing. So it's pretty close between those two.
Is there any place you haven't been to play poker that you want to go play?
Oh, wow. That's another good question. Well, I really wanted to go to EPT Paris this year. I've
Right.
been to Paris, but never to play poker. But then I ended up going to Uruguay for ACR has a partnership with the Enjoy Poker Tour down there. So I wasn't able to go. But I'm trying to think if there's somewhere I haven't ever played poker where they have a tournament. I mean, maybe somewhere like one of the islands, like when they have some of
Have you
the
been to
APT,
Malta?
the Asian Poker Tour.
Have you been to Malta?
I did just do Malta again. ACR partnered with Battle of Malta, so I got to go to
Oh,
Malta.
yes.
That was really cool. That was definitely. I would have said that if I hadn't already just gone. So
Yes.
we're lucky though, right? There are so many tournaments all around the world, and pretty cool that we can be like, okay, right off for work, I got to go to this tournament and go see
Right.
this new country, this new city. So
And
yeah,
I do like, you mentioned Asian. I do appreciate the fact that they're trying to really get the ball rolling in Asia with poker. Like
yeah. I know
those
they have
folks are
some.
working hard.
Yeah, and there's some like on beautiful islands out there. So maybe one like that. I actually got to go to play Triton. I went to Jeju. I think that was like 2 years ago now. And so that was really cool to see. I'd never been to Korea. So that was pretty neat.
Very cool. Okay, so what's your favorite poker not world, room? What's your favorite poker room in the United States?
It's the win.
The Win.
I love them at Win and Encore. They are just like the whole staff is incredible. I mean, I literally even know I know the bartenders that work like in the restaurants. Like I know even there's this one woman, she works in the bathrooms and I love her so much, and her and I chit chat with my broken Spanish every time I'm in there. I just love everyone there. Everyone's so kind. Obviously all, tournament director Ryan and Ray and all the guys that work there, they're amazing. So I just have to say that's my favorite spot.
Yeah, the Win is a hell of a setup. I'll tell you, and the staff is great,
Yeah.
for sure. And it just reminded me as you were giving your accolades that I just need to give a little shout out to the Bellagio Poker Room. Unfortunately, they lost a staff member last night, and she was a dealer there for many years, and she passed away at the poker room, so they had to shut it down last night. And so my
Mm.
thoughts and prayers out to that Bellagio staff and of course the family of that
Yeah.
dealer. And I'm not going to say her name because I just don't think it's my place to do so, but lift that poker room and that family of that dealer up in your prayers if you pray. They certainly could use it at this point in time. So I just thought of that when you were talking, and felt the need to make mention of that. So
Yeah.
but the Win does a fabulous job for sure. And, the WPT is there, and you can't beat the hospitality when you go to the WPT. I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah, and I mean huge tournaments too. I mean, there's so many. I wasn't able to go this last December because, again, listen, I feel like all I'm talking about is ACR, but they are doing it. They partnered with WSOP, and we were there in Bahamas. I mean, it's really exciting. It's just like being able to be a part of that and see the growth, and it's been really amazing. And yeah, giving me new opportunities. And so I didn't get to go play at the Win this last December because I was in Bahamas for that, but can't complain because I was in
Right?
Bahamas.
Sick brag, sick brag.
Yeah.
Okay, now I think I would be remiss if I didn't bring it at least a peripheral conversation about it. You seem to duck under the radar when there's controversy with ACR. Let's say, maybe bots or, other things that have been brought up in a negative way about ACR. Do you just feel like you want to stay out of it? Is that
I
kind
want
of
to stay
your
out of all the
take?
drama. I
Yeah,
already told you I hate drama. I hate
yeah.
negativity. I really do. Um, hey, maybe this is the time that it's nice to be like undervalued as a woman in poker. They don't think about me when this goes on. They're like, let's blame a man. I'm like, okay, go do that.
Well,
um,
and I just, as we all are armchair quarterbacks on a Monday morning, we all have an opinion, and opinions are a dime a dozen. And I just every time, because of course in spaces, we love the drama here. We have something to talk about, right? And so, you can't help but notice that Katie Lindsay isn't around, and I love that. I love that for you, and
well,
I would
listen, there
do the
has not
same. I
been.
think.
But I'm really proud that I haven't heard a negative word and I don't even know how long, where we've come a long way. I
Of
mean,
course.
they are working so hard. I think
Of
even one of the guys
course.
said in the comment, ACR listens to the players. They really do. They are implementing changes that people are asking for. I mean, this is why I'm a part of it because I love them. I believe in what they're doing. I mean, I'm so grateful that we have an opportunity to play poker as Americans, which we should. This is this incredible skill game. There's
Right.
no reason we should not be allowed to compete. It's like you can go play a lottery, which is no skill, or bet on a game. Maybe that's some skill, but probably not when I do it. But I mean, let us play poker. This is definitely a skill game. And so I'm just grateful that we do have ACR and huge games. I mean, it's like you could play $100 tournament and win a couple $100,000 like in a day or
Right.
two. That's crazy. So I'm really grateful for that. And yeah, I'm excited to see how far they've come and where they're continuing to go because obviously I hear some of the insider knowledge of just more and more big, exciting things coming from ACR.
Well, and there's lots of opportunity. And I love the fact that there's a lot of opportunity at different price points.
Yes,
So
exactly.
everybody can find a place to belong, so to speak, a place to play, because the price points are from mere pennies to hundreds of dollars, right, to thousands of dollars. And so I appreciate that when I look at it as a whole, at the site. As you know, I don't play much online, and but I look at that site. As a whole, from the other sites that I've kind of I'm just really learning them because I love to learn. And so my goal I set out a few years ago was to go and try different online sites.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that I love the fact that, they offer such a variety. There's lots of great fun promos. There are a lot of steadfast, tournaments like the Boski that is there every week, and every
Yeah.
Sunday there's this, and the reliability that those tournaments are there for the players to
Yeah.
schedule and to have their schedule for the week. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, and they're kind of running at all times. Sometimes I wake up at 9 a.m. and I want to play something, and I'm like, oh, great, there's a satellite. Like, I play everything. I'm playing the $22 satellite to get into the 215. Why not? I love satellites. They're great. I'm always in there grinding that. And then sometimes this was like last night, I was busy all day yesterday, and then I looked and I'm like, oh, you know what? There's like a couple good tournaments, and I was able to jump in. I think I jumped in at like 5 p.m. and in that 600, I came eighth, and I won $8,000, and maybe jumped. I did that by like 9 p.m. It's like, are you
Love
kidding
it.
me? It's like amazing.
Congratulations
So
on that,
thank
by the way.
you. Thank you.
Do you like to late reg or start on time?
Okay, so satellites, I have a very specific strategy that I really think works. I max late register satellites, try to get that early double. And once you get that, and then I have a big thing that I say. I do not like calling off in satellites. I like to be the person shoving. I don't like to be the person calling, because you don't need to have all the chips in satellites. You just need to maintain to make it long enough to get,
Right.
where it's paid. So I go pretty hard fast on that strategy, and it's worked pretty well for me. I mean, that was even just 2 weeks ago. I played a $95. They have this thing, the Beast, a $95, and it was that I won a seat into the 1K, and then I won the 1K seat into Phil's Thrill, which is a $10,000 tournament. So
Love it.
yeah, I think that was my first ever 10K online, and I got in for $95. And so stuff like that, like, yeah, that's
I'm
pretty cool.
going to
But
tell you, if anybody ever wanted to do a challenge for me, I'm going to tell you that the challenge that somebody would have to, I mean, this would be the perfect challenge for somebody to like just, make me crazy, is to say to me, uh, I want you to play online for a month, and this is going to happen, because I literally, you would see me scratching my eyes out. You would see me like, hanging upside down from my bed, because I can't take the hours. Like
But maybe make a challenge for yourself, and that could
oh,
make it fun. If you were like, I want to try to spin up $1, to $1,000 in this many days, and I'll play for 3 hours every day, come and go. They have like so many different options. You don't just have to play tournaments. They have cash games. They have there's one, I forget what it's called. I kind of like those. It's the ones where the table keeps switching. I don't know why right now on my
I can't think of what it's called, but I know
yeah,
what you're talking about. And I'm
yeah,
going to tell you something. I like the social part of poker. I want to sit and talk with you, hassle you. I want to talk shit to you. I want you to talk
yeah.
shit to me. And, I just like the social end of poker, honestly. That's probably why I'm so bored when I play online. And I really admire those that do a day in and day out. People will tell you. And I've done well online. I'm going to be honest. I've done really well online. But it just it's crazy for me. And um, I late reg just so that I don't have to sit there for X amount of hours. I'm like, okay, I'm late regging. This tournament's been going on already 2 hours. I can late reg
Yeah.
and, be done in 2 or 3 hours or
Yeah.
whatever. Because one time I registered for a tournament, and it was a PLO high low tournament, but I didn't even realize it was high low tournament until like an hour into it. I mean, you could just slap me aside the head, because I just, it's just not for me. It just
Yeah.
isn't. But I admire those that do it, and people will tell you, talk to people about it all the time. Kieran, were you trying to ask a question? She's playing, so I just want to interrupt.
Well, it's probably not that important. I'll go ahead and say it now, though.
Go ahead, love.
that beast, that beast satellite that Katie was talking about, you can also start with the free roll into the $11, or you can play just the $11 and sat into that $95. So anyway, I love that slow structure. I love those satties, because sometimes the satties are real turbo, but those are a little bit slower. So I love
I
that
do
satty.
like
I just adding that
satellites.
in.
I do. I
Yeah.
do like satellites for sure. Well, if
Yeah. And
any,
playing from zero is amazing as well.
yes, yes, of course. And it's such an accomplishment, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it is. It's such an accomplishment. All right, Katie, we're going to let you off the hook. We've taken enough of your Friday night. I appreciate you. And, be looking out for those DMs from that guy. I'm going to reach out to.
That is so funny. I'm just excited. Somebody wants to match make me. This is the first for me. I mean, to be fair, I've been in a relationship for like almost 12 years. So this is the first time I've been single for a while. But all right. Challenge
We're going to
accepted. That's
see
funny.
what we can do for you, but I'm going to let you off the hook. I appreciate you and your time this evening. And hopefully you'll stop by this summer. I host a daily WSOP space every morning. We would love it if you stop in and give us an update of what's going on at your WSOP experience, and update us what you're playing that day, how you did the day before, if we need to meet for champs, or, what's going on.
I would love that. Definitely. I'm in. And this was fun. And I felt like the energy was really supportive and positive, and I love that. I think that's really awesome. So thank you for having me. And thank you, everyone that came to listen
Well,
to me.
thank you. And I'm getting DMs because we have to pull two more
Oh, yeah.
numbers.
Oh, my gosh. Can't forget that.
Okay,
Um,
so we've already ruled out 13, 3, and 1. And we have that means we have number 2 through 17 with the exception of 3 and 13.
Okay, I'm going to go 17 at the end. We're bookending it here.
All right. And that is Karen Chess.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Yay.
One more.
Okay, my last number. All right, I'm going to go 11 because sometimes I like that number 1111.
All right. Number 11 is snow. So, folks, make sure that your ACR handle is in the chat so I can make that list later this evening and send it to Katie so you can get your $55 ticket on ACR. Katie, thank you so much for those giveaways. We appreciate those for our listeners tonight.
And listen as well. I feel so bad anytime someone doesn't win. I give away a lot. All the ACR pros give away a lot of stuff. Follow us on the social medias. The social medias. I just aged myself there. follow, follow us on Instagram and X and all this stuff. We're always giving away a lot back to our people. So come in, be kind, engage, and definitely you will have more chances to win. I promise you that.
Well, we appreciate that. And I know what she's saying is true because I see those ACR pros all the time giving stuff away. And we certainly appreciate that, giving back to the community for sure.
There
Appreciate you,
goes my dog
Katie.
again.
You jump on. You can jump off anytime you want. I
Okay.
appreciate your time, hon.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. We'll speak soon for sure.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, you guys, for those that are sticking around, I'd like to continue on with some stories, some fat stories. He's really under the weather and he came into a space last night. I was able to hear the replay of it today. And, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He does not sound well. He did make mention at some point, I don't remember if it was in that space or in a post or whatever, that his kidneys are failing. That's why he was put back into the hospital. He didn't sound good. And I'm going to be honest with you, it sounded like he was there to say goodbye. And so I thought it would be kind of nice if we gathered tonight and share some stories. And I sent him a DM or a text message telling him we're going to tell stories tonight in hopes that he listens so that he can hear it from us and some of our stories that we remember, in part of him being with us here in Spaces. So if you want to come up and tell a story, go ahead and request a microphone. No pressure. I'm going to start out with a story. Of course, I have lots of stories because, we've hung out with him for a few years now. And, there's a lot of stories to tell. But I'm going to tell the one about it was, and I hope I remember this correctly, but he was going to be the new commissioner of the poker league. Okay. We had an online poker league, and I think it was Hex was the commissioner, and it was going to, and then Fats was going to take over like the next season. And we were in a space, and it was, just a bunch of us in a space. And I don't remember, I swear to God, I'm sure others will come up and like refresh my memory, but somehow it came about. Oh, I know what it was. He was going to be going to Vegas for Bet Bash. And at the same token, we were going to have like our big final tournament. Like we had played a season of poker, and it was like our big tournament. And he was talking about or referencing, and please forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, I don't mean to, that he was thinking about or he was planning to let somebody else, I hope I'm remembering this correctly, let somebody else play because he was going to be in Vegas and didn't want to waste his time in Vegas playing online poker. And so he was thinking about letting someone else play under his account. And of course, I earned the title sheriff for a reason, and I'm in the poker world. So there are certain things that I'm like, you can't do that. And not only me, but Kieran and Blue all were like dogs with a bone. And I say that loosely and jokingly, but we were like, you can't do that. Like, you're going to be the next commissioner, and you can't even be suggesting that it's okay to let somebody else play under your account. And of course, he was upset with us. But for some reason, when he talks about it, he only blames me for it when there were three of us talking to him about how wrong it was. But anyway, I just get a chuckle out of it because you guys all know how Round Up Fats gets on a topic and then, we'll continue on for a week or so about it. So anyway, ASG, do you have a story you'd like to share?
I'm trying to think of a good one. Just that, he trolls people so much that I want to say all medical donations should be made to Nomadic AP. But I think
For those that don't know, Nomadic AP was somebody that we love to hang out with in Spaces, and he turned out to be one of the biggest scam artists in Spaces. And he took people for their money. And, I'm just going to, in my opinion and others' opinion, he had a gambling problem and he gambled the money away that he was supposed to be, you know, collecting for projects that, he was supposed to be turning money in and buying a circa team and whatever. So anyway, it turned out to be a big scam. So go ahead, ASG.
yeah. So I'd say that's my thing. Is like, once Fats had an opinion, you were rarely gonna sway him to the other side of whatever opinion that may be.
100%. Right or wrong, right? Once he made up his mind, he was dug into the sand. And, you know, it's okay to stand on your convictions for sure. Uh oh. Brandon came up. I don't know if he's losing signal. I don't know if Twitter's acting nuts, but anybody else that has a story that would like to come up and tell that story about Fats, that would be great. Because hopefully he's listening and can hear those stories. Well, he can have a chance to listen. ASG, you doing okay, buddy?
Yeah,
You going to? Did you go to the Borgata this week?
I did not. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but yeah, I did not end up. Or I was thinking about going this weekend. And I think I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. Okay. What tournaments do they have this weekend? Are they still mixed games or no?
The main mix games are done, but maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, the 8 game mix was today. So
Okay.
this weekend is a 3,500. The Poker Open. Oh no, wait, that's next week. Sorry. So the 8 game mix is next week. Sorry, there is a whole bunch of mixed series next week as well, besides
Okay.
anything that there was this week. So there's a horse on the 14th. That's 1150. There's 1150 buy-in. There's TOE 600 on Thursday and a 888 game mix on Friday.
Nice.
But yeah, this weekend is. Oh no! Wait. Yeah. Wait. That was. Sorry, I was right the first time. That was last week because that's the one Barry played in.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So this.
Okay.
Yep. So I can't see March. Must be looking at some old things. But it's the Run Good series. It's definitely would encourage anybody who's around who's trying to think of go. I think the Run Good series is a great tournament series to go to.
I do too, and I love their price points. They definitely have good price points, and they do, they do a tag team event, they do a ladies tournament, they do mixed games, they do, you know, of course, no limit, and I do appreciate their price points. And Tanya and the gang, they do a great job of hosting. They give away free T-shirts, and they do a lot. Like they try to make it fun for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, I was right. This weekend is the last weekend of the series. Today was a $400 PLO ring event when you were talking about cheap price
Right.
points, and then there's a last chance ring event that's 400 on Sunday. But this weekend, starting today, is the first two fights. Saturday is the second two fights of the Run Good main event, which is an $800 300K guarantee.
Nice. That's a great price point. $800 for a main event. I mean, 300K guarantee. Honestly, it's a great price point. Love that. Go ahead, Karen.
Hey, can you hear me? I'm sorry, it's so
Yes.
noisy.
Yes.
Well, I was in between hands, and I was just going to say a couple of things about fats. Um, I mean, I don't know that I have one memory, but I'm gonna just talk about a couple. Um,
Sure.
I would say that collectively, all of his. I came in the bathroom because the mouth on my flesh since it's noisy here. Let me just go outside. Anyway,
I'm going to tell you,
collectively,
just so you know that we cannot hear any background noise.
oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
So collectively, I would say that like all of his back and forth and how stubborn he would get, even though eventually it would drive us all crazy, I would say that those back and forths, like all the nomadic stuff and with BJ and Omar and like all the different tangos, I'll call it, to me
Right?
were quite entertaining. And of course they got old, but I'm just saying each one of those were certainly memorable to me. But my own personal memory, I'm gonna say, well, first of all, he kind of reluctantly followed me. I remember his face. He because we started talking about chess, and he seemed interested in playing me in chess, and then he's like, "Well, I guess I can follow you." He said something like that.
Like an
He was very
afterthought.
he
Oh,
was kind of picky about who he'd follow. So then he followed me, and then eventually we did play chess, and we played a couple of games, like Blitz, and I crushed him, which I feel dumb saying that because I see Blitzy down there, but Blitzy's like 3 times as good as me. But anyway,
all right.
I crushed that. So then he's like, "Can we do a longer game?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So we ended up doing several games, and I won every game. But he definitely was more challenging when we did. I think maybe some 10-minute games, but the last game I made a blunder, and so I lost my queen. So all I had was my king, and he ended up promoting, and he had a queen. So he had a queen and a king. I had a king, and but we were both low on time, and so what I did was a bunch of pre moves, which you can do online, and pre-moved my king running across the board away from him, and he was taking a long time because he was trying to figure out how to mate me. So he ran out of time.
She beat him
So
on the clock.
well, but by U.S. chess rules, if I can't actually win with just a king. Even if the other guy runs out of time, it becomes a
Right.
draw because insufficient material. But it was so funny. He thought he lost, and then he was so happy when I said, "No, no, it was a draw because of blah, blah, blah," and I explained about me pre-moving. And then he was like a pounced on me. And he's like, "Well, this seems like an angle, this
Yes.
pre-moving.
Yes.
That
Yes. Yes.
that seems unfair." And I'm like, "No, no, it's everybody does pre-moves. That's part of the flexibility." And he was about to go down that road with me, but he moved on. I think he was happy he didn't lose all the games. But anyway, that was a fond memory of mine. Of Fats.
I
But man,
love
he
it.
somewhat recently he brought that up again. Honestly, something about angling.
Okay, you're cutting out now, honey. You're cutting out.
Oh, sorry. No, he brought up that recently. That I was angling in some way. He brought that up recently. All right, I got to get back to the table, but I'm still listening to you
And
guys.
how can we forget his corny jokes?
Oh yeah.
Right? He always had some corny ass joke. Brandon, did you want to speak, buddy? Go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my phone died. Did anybody get to my story yet?
No.
The all the clips that Mike made from spaces, like the one where I think it was Eden Rocks was like, oh, they're we were in the suite, we had a charcuterie tray, everything got crazy. They spilled the charcuterie tray, and Fats just
Oh, the
very
Shirkardi.
nonchalant, very just
Oh,
plainly
God.
like yeah, like he does. He goes, "Oh no, not the charcuterie
Yeah,
tray."
I
Then
remember that. Oh, my God. He was so upset the charcuterie tray
I
ended up
laughed
on
so
the ground.
Yeah, not yes. That was what he was most upset about. Not people fighting and all that. No, the charcuterie tray ended up on the ground. That's what he was pissed about.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I do remember that. Oh, fats. Some great stories for sure. I see Doinky down there. Doinky swindled Fats out of the commissionership, the scammer with the pig nose. I see you, Doinky. I'm just joking, of course. For those that know the story, you know I'm joking. But anyway, ASG, anything else, buddy?
No, just his interactions with Mike Scamteria. Um, that
Anyone in particular?
any particular one of those? No, just he gave him that nickname. It stuck. Uh, and just dealing with the fantasy league was always both frustrating and great passage of time at the same time.
Right. And, for those that have been around know that I've had Scamtoria blocked since May or early June. I'm pretty sure it was May of 2023. That sucker's been blocked because he's just a jackass. So when he made up the Scamtoria name, I was like, yep, for sure. Karen, anything else, hon?
No, I enjoyed this space though. I'm back at the table.
All right, good luck, honey. Appreciate you. Okay, Brandon, how about you?
Did anybody talk about all his interactions on the timeline with GRP? Like he just relentlessly trolled him all the time.
No, was there one of your, was there a favorite?
All of them. Like every time GRP posted, he would just like type four fucking paragraphs and just say, "This is why you're wrong," and just just go on and on and on. He's hilarious, man. He's really funny.
He is funny, and let's not forget his McDonald's. I just couldn't even read them anymore.
Oh yeah,
I
like he's sending emails to McDonald's.
I couldn't even
I
read them
forgot about
anymore.
that.
Like these things are like I told you guys before. Anything after two periods or two paragraphs, I'm out. Like I don't have time for these like manifestos. If you can't say it in two paragraphs, I'm sorry. I'll catch the cliff notes later. And this guy, Fats, is writing a book to McDonald's every day.
Every day, like
Oh.
a fucking 4,000 word tweet to McDonald's.
Like, how long did it take him to come up with that stuff every day? I don't even know, bro.
He got held in the drive-through for 30 minutes one time, and he did like a 3 week bit about it.
So
I,
funny.
I can't believe how dedicated he was to it.
And I can't fail to mention his conversations with Alan Kessler were some of the funnest like bits on Twitter Spaces when Alan would be going through, on his way to the WSOP to play or the WPT, and he would pop in and you know ride along with Alan to the poker tournament. Those were some of the fun conversations.
And Fats was just trolling him the entire
Yes.
time, and Alan never got that he was
Yeah.
getting trolled the entire fucking time. That was yes.
Yes, and Barry, I got your message. Barry's been trying to come in and out. He's got bad connection, so he's probably getting a little frustrated with his connection, and I'm sorry for him because we've all been there before, and it gets aggravating when you're trying to get a connection and it's not working. So, but yeah, Alan and Fats in that space would be comical. Um, and you're right. A lot of times Alan didn't realize he was getting trolled by Fats, which made it 10 times funnier.
Yeah, he's like, what discounts are you trying to get at the casino today while you're there? Like he would just do shit like that. It's just hilarious.
Oh, God. It was hilarious. Oh.
Oh,
And
by the way, do you know Matt Savage destroyed 7 card stud high low poker as we know it?
yes, according to Fats. Oh, explain it for those that don't know, ASG.
At some point, the rule for tournaments in 7 card stud high low changed that you no longer can double bet on a paired board on 4th Street, which was a rule made by Matt Savage, and Fats was not a fan of this rule change at all.
Not at all. And he let Savage know it. Every time Savage would come into his space, he would bring it up at one point or another. It was so funny. And Savage, of course, being Savage, he'd say, oh, come on, whatever. It was quite comical.
Why would Fats care about 7 card stud? He's the Raz man.
Well,
I'm sure he plays plenty of horse.
yeah, a lot of those guys play horse or,
No,
yeah.
I know. I just made fun
Yeah,
of his
nobody
Raz
would
man
just
name.
play Raz voluntarily. Who wouldn't do that?
Honestly,
Fats did.
I'm going to tell you
Fats said his
something.
favorite game was Raz.
That's his favorite game. And I'm not going to lie. I did a lesson one time, like a little group lesson for some friends of mine, and we did it a lesson on all the different games, like to introduce my friends to the different games. And I really liked Raz. And for like the last 3 years, I keep saying I'm going to play Raz. I'm going to play Raz and learn how to play Raz. And I'm telling you, I'm going to learn how to play Raz.
Well, sure, you should try learn. You should try learning No Limit first, and
I
then
know you're
move on to
not
Raz.
wrong.
Ah, just kidding.
Jackass.
Like I wanted to talk.
Oh, I hear you. It's okay. I can take it. I can take it. How fun was that with Lindsay to give away those tickets? What a nice thing she did for us.
Yeah, what a nice thing that you didn't put me in the list. I appreciate that.
Thanks. Sorry, buddy. Oh,
No, it's all good. What I would have just dusted it away anyway.
well,
So
I'm sorry. I mean, I thought I gave enough time for people to speak up if they weren't on the list. And by the time you did, we were already drawing names.
I was at lunch.
Oh,
Um,
permanently out to lunch or what?
so we just little. We went to Lazy Dog with the dog.
Oh, nice.
So I didn't want to. I didn't want to jump in while we were trying to eat.
Well, I appreciate you. I'll make it up to you somehow.
Oh, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Just that you asked her if a hot dog was a sandwich. I don't. That's just that's just my bit for the last fucking 4 years. I think.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, for sure. All right, if nobody else wants to come up and give a fat story, you guys, I'm going to end this space because I am still sitting in the Chick-fil-A parking lot and have been for over 2 hours. And I'd like to go to the beach house now and finish my last night at the beach. So, love you all. It's been a great space. Fats, we wish you the best, bud. We love you. and want to know we are still praying for your health, buddy, and hang in there. I know it's a tough battle, but know that we're pulling for you, buddy. Anybody else have anything they want to say? Okay, you guys, good night. Thank you, everybody.